Welcome to the Dispatch Podcast. This is Adam. Okay, this is a difficult episode and a little different. We've been putting a lot of effort into the coverage of the war between Israel and Hamas. And there's a lot coming down the pike in terms of our standard dispatchy analysis and explainers. But I wanted to also include the occasional personal story given the magnitude of this event. Today, the story is Adva's sister, Tamar, was in the Nova Music Festival, was one of the almost 300 Israelis abducted and never made it back home. Beyond the challenge of truly absorbing all this horror, deciding who to put on the air is its own journalistic challenge, which we're still negotiating here at the Dispatch. But as I said, as this war moves forward, I would hope to get more voices from the ground to share their immediate experience of what's going there. Adva is still waiting for news or any kind of confirmation regarding the state of her sister. But in the meantime, she's been willing to share her story. I spoke to her on Tuesday, which is October 17th. And this is the raw conversation that we've had. So, Adva, tell me about yourself.
I live in Israel, in a small village. I'm 38 years old. I have two children, 7 years old and 4 years old. And I'm a doctor. I'm a resident orthopedic surgeon. I was supposed to do my final exams, like the board, in November, but now it's cancelled for now because of what's happening in Israel. That's me. I work at the hospital, and I think almost 8 years or more. I volunteer as in search and rescue. I've been in Nepal in the earthquake. My husband is volunteering as well. He's been in Brazil, and he actually was in the States for training with the army, with the American army, and we dedicate our life to help people and to rescue all the people in the world whenever there is any disaster. Us or some of our friends going Turkey, in Japan, in Brazil, in Mexico, in United States when you had the building that collapsed. I think
in Florida.
Yeah, and Philippines and Nepal. And now I think that now I need to rescue my family here in Israel. I'm the sister of Tamar Gutman. She's missing since Saturday morning. Tamar is 27 years old. She's my little sister. We're four sisters. She's the third. She went to a music festival with her childhood friends who's from high school. She was so glad that they finally succeed to go together, all her friends, all the best friends. And she actually haven't been in festivals and party a lot because she had a Crohn's disease, and she had a lot of hospitalizations the last 7 years. And she was so happy to go and party with her friend. And in Saturday morning, we woke up to missile alarms and we went to the safe room. I knew that Tamar was at the festival. It's an open field near Berry, so I knew it's a problem. I immediately...
Do you live in the area?
No, not so far. I think it's 40 minutes from Berry, but I live in center of Israel. But the missile alarm was everywhere. Tel Aviv, in my small village that we usually don't have alarms because there isn't a lot of people here, so they are not targeting us usually. But we sat, I think, for half an hour or more during the alarm. The missiles just went going and going and going, and it didn't stop. And I sent Tamar WhatsApp and asked her, what's going on with you? Are you coming home? Are you okay? And she said, yes, I'm okay. I'm at the festival, but I cannot go home because they told us that on the road there is terrorists that are offended one of the guards. I told her, Tamar, please see where you are, open a map. If they will come forward you, you have to know where you're going. Don't be near other people. She said, no, everything is okay. Don't you worry. Ask me about my children, if they're okay because of the alarms.
All this is in text?
Yes. I said, please, Tamar, you need to watch where you are. You need to be prepared. She said me, okay, and I will let you know when we're coming home. That was her last message. It was 7:30, and since then we haven't heard from her again. Later on, we got her phone, so I know that she was trying to send a message that she's coming home at 7:51, but the internet didn't work there. I don't know why we didn't get it.
They recovered the phone from the site of the festival?
When she stopped answering and we started hearing on the news that there's terrorists in the villages, I started worried. So I just called my father and asked him if he has Tamar key to her apartment, because I wanted to get access to her computer and iPad so I can track her phone. And when I opened the iPad, I saw that her location haven't changed since 10 a.m. So a little bit after we talked, after she tried to send a message. It was near the road that now we know that was a terrible terror attack. Then they came from all directions and with drones, and they burned people alive there in their cars, and they killed a lot of people and kidnapped a lot of people. So we don't know what happened to her. Two of her friends were we know now that they are dead. One of them called his parents at 10 a.m. and told them that he is alone. He don't know where the rest of the friends. They split, and he's afraid. He was hiding in a big garbage can. And the other one, we don't know what happened to him and where if he was with Tamar. At that day, when she didn't answer and I saw the phone doesn't move, and I called my colleagues in Soroka Hospital, in other hospital in the south, to see if they know if Tamar came to their hospital, and they all tried to help and said that they don't see her and she's not on the computers. I couldn't sit in place, and I just went to Soroka and started asking the wounded if they saw her and if anybody saw her. And nobody saw her. Some people said that they saw her in the party, but later on when the attack happened, they didn't. And We know that there is more people that are hostage that we don't know who they are, and the estimate. I don't know how much is the estimations, but it's not. We know that there are people that we don't know who they are, and they are under Hamas capture. I'm an orthopedic surgeon, and I see a lot of traumas patients, and I see people that died in a car accident and sometimes shooting, and I see, and I am exposed to a lot of things that that regular people are not, and are very hard for them to see. And a lot of my friends are now was helping and still helping evacuating the deads from the villages and from the party. And they told me what they saw. They were so shocked. And I'm talking about people that used to hard sites. They were so shocked. Some of them are traumatized, and for me, even listen to what they described was so hard. They talked about things that they did to people and to women, and they took their internal organs and dissected parts of their bodies and decapitate. And I think that ISIS, what we saw that ISIS did, was nice comparing to what happened right now in Israel. And it's unbelievable, and I don't really like it's that's they don't release photograph of that, because I don't think the families can bear to see those photographs, so they don't release it to the press.
Do you think they should?
I think if they will, it will help the world understanding what happened here and our pain, and maybe to support us, and maybe to understand at least that Hamas is a terrible terror organization that have to be eliminated from the world. But I cannot say, because when I think about a mother or a husband that need to see his wife slaughtered, and when you put some picture on media, it will always be there. They will always have to live with that picture. I don't know what is the right thing to do for. I don't know.
Have you heard from the Israeli government?
Yes. We heard from the police and from the army. They're still searching. I actually got a phone call today that they still don't have anything new about Tamar. That's for the searching. I actually was in a meeting with Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. And after that, I was in a meeting with Benny Gantz, and I heard them, and I heard that the government is doing their effort to bring them back. But, it's a terror organization, so already a lot of time, already 11 days. It's too much. And my sister, she has, I think I told you, she had a Crohn's disease, so it's very problematic for her. She needs medical care. She needs her medications. We're very worried about her health. I actually was in a meeting with the ICRC It's a Red Cross organization that handles these situations. And I had a 2-minute meeting with them. We talked about the problems because we're talking about civilians, children, babies, elderlies, people like my sister with chronic disease that need the medical attention, that need diapers and formula and someone to take care of them, and need their anticoagulation therapy. And without them, some of them can die. It's easily, a person after a stroke without this anticoagulation therapy, it's a ticking bomb. And diabetic people and so many problems.
Have you been in touch with some of the other families?
Yeah, this is my strength. We talk a lot. I'm in touch with Tamar's friends, family all the time. We become one family. They become my family as well. And I meet every day a lot of people that lost their family members, and people that have family members in the capture of the Hamas. I just today talked to a woman that her grandmother that I think is 85 years old, and she's in the capture of the Hamas. And she have another cousin that were taken, and parents and brothers and sisters and children that don't know where are their parents. Yeah, we're all we become one. We support each other right now. We meet every day families that waiting for answers or waiting for bringing their loved ones home.
And how do you go about your day during those 11 days?
Every day it's a little bit different. I'm just trying to talk with organizations and with and to stress to the world our needs, the needs of that the world need to help Israel right now, because I don't think it's a problem of Israel. I think that Hamas is a terror organization that represent everything that bad in this world. And if we let them keep on doing what they are doing, it will spread in the world. So that's what I'm doing. I'm meeting ambassadors and meeting the Red Cross and talking to the media and meeting politicians in our sides and meeting families. And that's what I'm doing all day, beside being with my children that right now is at home. And I hear all the bombing and the alarms and need to deal with the knowledge that their beloved aunt is missing, and they know and they understand that what happens, and my parents that are broken, and what's their child to come back.
When did your parents learn about it?
My father was at home when it happened, so I talked to him early in the morning when she stopped answering. My mother, so we learned about it quickly. My mother was at Cyprus and for a sport event, and she learned about it later on the day, I think 1 or 2 p.m. And I have two other sisters. One was in Boston, and I had to tell her because I needed the key for my sister apartment. So she knew very quickly. And another sister that was in Sinai that came, and I think she learned about it at noon that day as well. So everybody knew about it. Some were on Saturday.
Do you think about the operation in Gaza and how it can affect the situation for the hostages?
Yeah, of course. We think about it. We're scared, but Israel right now is under attack. We right now under a missile attack all day long. I think that no, right now I don't know if we have other choice. I don't know if we have other choice right now. And today when we heard about the news of the hospital in Gaza, yesterday we had the Hamas release a hostage video that she had a surgery in the hospital, and probably there is a lot of other Israelis there being captured. So I know that the attack of can harm and the hostages, even though this attack was a jihad attack, but I know that the Israelis try not to. I don't know what their intelligence know. They don't share it with me, but I hope they are keeping them safe as they can, as far as they can. And I was very, very angry yesterday when I saw the video at the hospital, because then I knew that doctors who swear to save life was helping the Hamas. I hope they are helping Hamas just because they have to and not because they want to, because I can't believe that someone who swore to save lives will do that. So there is a lot of thoughts these days. You don't know what is good and what is right and what is wrong. I know what Hamas did was not wrong, was horrifying and monstery. But now when the Israelis are defending our borders and our country, and the civilians that were in the Gaza Strip, and I don't know what they should do and what they shouldn't. I don't know why they do what they do, because they don't have the intelligence they have. So I cannot judge. I know that maybe we can judge some of the actions later on, but right now I really don't know what is right.
Do you feel like you can trust the Israeli government right now?
It's a complicated question. I think that our government will need to answer a lot of questions in the future about what happened here, because I think we failed defending our border and our citizens. But right now I don't have a choice to trust them. And I know that I trust the army, because I know that the Israeli army is one of the most humanic army in the world. And I know that bringing back the hostages is one of the main targets of the army. And so I trust them to do right and to try save the hostages and the peaceful civilians in Gaza as much as they can, because when you fight a terror organization, it's very hard. I know that that the probably some of the hostages will get hurt in those fighting, as well as innocent civilians in Gaza. I know that, and I'm so sorry for that. And I hope it will be. I hope that that we could keep the civilians and the hostages alive as much as we can, and still finish this matter and bringing the hostages back to Israel and stop the Hamas from terrorizing the Gaza Strip and the Israeli civilians in our side.
Is there something you want to say?
As I said, the main thing that I want to say to the world is, please be firm about your opinion. Be firm about this. This is not acceptable. What happened in Israel on Saturday last week was not acceptable. Slaughter, raping, decapitate, killing children and elderlies and women and pregnant women and husband is not acceptable, and taking hostages is not acceptable. It's against the Geneva law, and please help us finish this matter and help us fighting Hamas and bring peace to our area, please.
Adva, thank you so much.
Thank you.